They know that I'm on a magic mountain. So many calls, man, I stop counting.
So look, Boise State's like the last technical underdog, right? I mean, I know you got Arizona State. Arizona State is at least a Power 4 team, and people just think the Group of 5 team is much less than the Power 4. Therefore, Boise State really is the only for real underdog, you feel me? I mean, what are all the teams left? Boise State versus who? Penn State, okay. Georgia versus Notre Dame. Texas versus who? Arizona State, that's right. And then Oregon and Ohio State, and that's two big dogs going at it right there. Probably the best two teams in the playoffs going at it. I mean, if they were on opposite sides of the bracket, there's a chance that would be your national championship, you feel me? But it's not, and they are playing each other, so we'll see what happens. Oregon won earlier in the season when they played, so this is a rematch. I mean, that's two powerhouses going at it. One of them's got to be eliminated. We'll see what happens. Georgia versus Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame's going to pull it out. I think they're red hot right now. I think they're red hot. Haven't lost since like week, whatever that was, when they lost to NIU. And it was a bad loss, but since then, they've just been destroying every team they play. So I got to give credit to Notre Dame for that. So I do think as of right now, I think Notre Dame probably will beat Georgia. And then Texas and Arizona State. Nobody hates Arizona State. Hey, let's just be real. I just don't think they can compete with Texas. And maybe they can. Maybe they're going to prove us all wrong, dude. I'd love to see it. I know everyone else would love to see it. I just think Texas is the better team and is going to win. And then finally we got Boise State and Ashton Jeanty versus Penn State. I think, honestly, Penn State to me has been one of those yo-yo teams. Up and down, good, bad, good, bad, good. I mean, you remember, I think the end of the season is when they really got going. They played bad against Southern California back in October. Could have lost that game. Weren't they close to? They were close to losing to Minnesota, I think. Like, what? Who else? Was it Maryland they played bad against? I mean, Penn State just hasn't been really that good. I remember they couldn't score an offensive touchdown against Ohio State. Terrible offensive play in that game. Even though it was close, I think that was just because Ohio State played down. And so Penn State couldn't score offensively on that game at all. But it all started to click, honestly, in my eyes, is when they played Oregon. Right? At the end of the season. The Big Ten championship, bro. Going into that game, I was like, oh, Oregon could win this game by 3 or 4 touchdowns. Penn State kept it close at times, you feel me? I think Oregon had a big lead on Penn State at one point, and Penn State was able to come back. I don't remember the final score. Was it 10 to 14 points or something? Maybe it was a 7-point game. Well, I think it started to click there for Penn State, you know? And then, like I said, they made the playoffs and destroyed SMU. I think towards the end of the season, Penn State got better. As they should. Any team usually gets better at the end of the season. Or as the season goes along anyway. Boise State, on the other hand, Ashton Jeanty has pretty much done whatever he wants. Has pretty much done whatever he wanted to. Came up short of winning the Heisman. Some people say he should have won the Heisman Trophy. I mean, it's debatable, you know. I'm not saying whether he should or should not have. I think there's an argument there to be made that he should have won it, for sure. I don't think anyone's arguing, though, that if the trophy did not go to Travis Hunter, that it was most definitely going to Ashton Jeanty. 100%, right? No one's going to argue that. I mean, obviously, I think he came in second in the voting. But even before the voting, people were like, it's either going to be Ashton Jeanty or Travis Hunter, and there's no questions asked, right? I think we were all agreeing on that. Whether he should have won it or not, I mean, y'all can chalk that up in the comments. It is what it is. He lost, so it doesn't matter. Probably the first L he's taken this year. Well, he did lose to Oregon. Boise State did lose to Oregon in week 2, I think. So Ashton Jeanty's only taken 2 L's this year. And is losing the Heisman Trophy really an L, considering you were second place? You almost won it. You feel me? You were invited to the ceremony. Is that really an L? That's debatable. But they did lose to Oregon earlier in the season. But it was a very close game. So I think Boise State is legit. And I think Boise State can win this game. Do I think they will? If I had to put $100 on it right now, no, I don't think they win the game. Because like I said, I think Penn State, honestly, Boise State caught them at the wrong time, I think. I think had this game been played earlier in the year, I think Boise State would have a much better chance at winning this game. I think you're catching Penn State at the wrong time, to be honest. Penn State is clicking and clicking and clicking. I do not think Drew Aller is that great of a quarterback, but he's good enough. And then they have that tight end. I don't even know his name, but he's been balling out too. And then obviously Penn State has a good defense. They usually do. SMU wasn't able to get nothing going on them. Yeah, they drove down the field a couple times, but you saw the final score. So, and 2 pick sixes, by the way, from Penn State's defense. That's what I'm talking about. I don't think Boise State has what it takes necessarily to compete with this Penn State team. Not that they can't compete in the Power 4, because I think they can. They're in the playoffs for a reason. And I'll say the same thing for SMU. I'll say the same thing for Arizona State. I'll say the same thing for Indiana. It goes back to they don't deserve to be in. Yes, they do. Stop it. Boise State deserved to be in. They've done everything. Their only loss was a 3-point. Was it 3 or 4 points, or was it a touchdown? It was a very close game to the #1 ranked team in the country. To say Boise State didn't deserve to be in is crazy. They do deserve to be in, and they are in. And now they got to take on Penn State, like I said. I think that there's a chance they win the game, obviously. I mean, there's a chance anything happens. I don't think Penn State wins 100-0, I as a LSU fan, I want to see Boise State win this game. I want to see Boise State go all the way. Now, I don't think that's going to happen, Even if Boise State wins this game, they still have to play whether a Georgia, Notre Dame, Oregon, Ohio State. There's just no way I think that they go all the way. Now, saying that, as an LSU fan, I would love to see them go all the way. I think that would be amazing. An underdog story. And Ashton Jeanty, I think he deserves it, bro. I mean, and it would prove a lot of people wrong. Everyone that was against him winning the Heisman, it would prove a lot of people wrong. That's for sure. So you do have to give him that, And as college football fans, who are you guys wanting to win, man? Are you wanting Penn State to shut this team up, shut Ashton Jeanty and his fans up? Or do you want Ashton Jeanty to take it all the way with Boise State and their blue field magic? You feel me? Like I said, as an LSU fan, I'll be pulling for Boise State. Win it all. Group of 5. At the end of the day, like I said, I'm an LSU fan, so I don't care who wins the whole thing. I'm just here to enjoy it. I just think, I think Ashton Jeanty deserves it. Give it to him, man. Let him win the whole thing. Y'all let me know what you think, man.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap.